Hi, one or two people have asked that I post a video on YouTube talking about aspects of my life here by the sea in Cebu in the Philippines. So here's a little guided tour. Well, here's the balcony. This is probably where I spend most of my time. I tend to have my breakfast here, looking out over the sea. And then this is where we have communal meals from time to time. And over here is our bench sofa, which is made by a local guy out of bits of lumber and plywood, and my wife painted it. Here is the lounge, which you can see is pretty spacious, and then through the lounge the builders are working on the kitchen. We'll have a look at that later. Dogs on the property keep guard of the place and bark at strangers, but they're very tame. This one is called Putot. Putot! 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 Hello! And then this is Cholo. He's a bit of a twit. Cholo! And there's a couple more around. Hey, Putot is a friendly dog, aren't you, Putot? Hey, yeah, come and say hello. Yeah, you're a good dog. Cholo, he's a bit of an idiot, really. He's just young. He's got a bit of mange. Very difficult to keep these dogs mange and flea free. Putot's a pretty clean dog. Well, here's the lounge. A couple of thrones and a sofa. You've got the old telly there. The banging stereo, 400 watt per channel stereo, used mostly for sing-along, which is the Filipino custom. No party is complete without a blaring sing-along. The rice cooker, the fridge is in here because the kitchen's not finished. Here's the kitchen. As you can see, it's nearly ready. Tiles are done, cabinets are done, windows need putting in, and the boys are just working on the last cabinet. Here we are, it's midday, looking out over the beach off to the right. That goes up to San Romeo village, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes walk. Tide's in now, the sea's beautiful and clear. There's one of our local fishing boats. They go off for a week or so up to Boracay, get tuna. There's mangrove. That boat over there, I don't know what they're up to. They've just come in with a whole load of passengers. So whether he's moonlighting as a ferry or a day trip, I don't know. And there's the rest of the property off to the side. Frangipane trees were planted years ago by my wife Lalaine, and they've really established themselves well. They're always in flower, and the girls like to put the flowers in their hair. They're lovely. Hey, here we are up on the veranda. It's really nice and cool up here. Bit of breeze, lovely view of the sea. A lot of plants up here. There's the jungle next door, and there's the new bedroom and the new kitchen just taking shape there. Some more building work going on there. That will be a bedroom for mother-in-law and sister-in-law. And yeah, as you can see, it's a really nice vantage point. Spent many a happy hour just resting, reading up here. These palms are betel nut palms. They're really good. They really do prosper here. And there's my nephew, who's like the gopher for us, does everything. And in return we let him, he lives here, looks after the place. More frangipane. This frangipane trees really grow fast here. You just stick a stick in the ground and they'll turn into a tree. It's amazing. Well, this is a temporary kitchen which it's been around for many years, and it uses the timber that was left over from the old house, which blew down in a terrible typhoon. It's not my favourite place. My niece and my mother-in-law do a lot of cooking in here. Tends to get a lot of flies, a lot of mosquitoes, but it's coming down soon. The new kitchen is completed. This is a little garden area and relaxing area. The workers here will sit and have a rest at lunchtime. This tree is called a cambis tree. As you can see, it's absolutely laden with fruit. Unfortunately, they're not very tasty, but the bats like them. It's kind of a crunchy fruit. There you go. These are pomelo. They're like a cross between a grapefruit and a tangerine or something, I don't know. They have a thick skin, quite a bit of fruit, but nice in a salad. We've got a couple of pomelo trees here. Well, here's the front entrance. As you can see, it's got my name on the gate, Palmer. We call it Palmer's Place. And you can see the old swimming pool there. This is my nephew's house. He's kind of the caretaker. Him and his wife and 2 kids live here. This house is on its last legs. It's going to have to come down fairly soon and get some money and give him a concrete house. Here's the jungle behind us. I think they planted it with mahogany and yeah, basically mahogany, banana, coconuts. It's a good place for snakes. A lot of snakes live in there. Here's the jungle on the other side of the road. This has been planted with calamansi, papaya, coconut and bananas. It all belongs to relatives. Without this road we couldn't have developed our plot. And the story goes my mother-in-law had to get down on bended knee to a relative for her to agree to sell us a strip of land to build the road, which they did, thankfully. Otherwise, our beach lot would have been useless. This is the other end of the property. There's a bit of beach. There's a seawall here. Used to be there. It used to be parallel with the main seawall, but it collapsed during a storm. To rebuild it a bit further back. This is the old rubbish tip and bonfire, which has been cleaned up, and some dwarf coconut trees, and in the background you can just about see my mother-in-law's house. Out from mother-in-law's house is a bit of beach there, a bit of mangrove. Here's our handyman Sam, who comes to see us every morning, helps out. A couple of dwarf palms here, calamansi tree. Here's the summer house with the little extension built. That's made out almost entirely out of the windows from the old wooden house. So it's a nice airy place. Mother-in-law stays there with sister-in-law. Here's a recent project. It's the vegetable patch planted with chilies, onions, spinach, more chilies there, lemongrass, tomatoes, onions, beans, and here is a calamansi tree, one of many. As you can see, the little calamansi, like little limes they are. You can put them in your rum and coke. You can use them for dressing. Beautiful, tart little citrus fruit. We've got a few of these trees. This is a jackfruit tree. You can see the fruit there. It's beginning to grow. There's 1 or 2 jackfruits on here, and there's one here. For some reason, they've draped it in an old shawl. Protect it from the insects, I think. And just looking back, there's a view of the summer house. It's nice there, it's breezy, it's got a little balcony. I've stayed there a few times. A view of the front of the property joining the sea, a bit of lawn area, palm trees. Tide is out at the moment and it's getting very hot. And there's the makeshift ferry boat. One time they were offering lifts just prior to a big typhoon, and a whole bunch of visitors took advantage, sailed from here to Bantayan, which is the island you can see on the horizon over there, in a typhoon, which I thought was pretty stupid. In these mangroves you've got all manner of birds, kingfishers, egrets like to visit, big herons, all kinds of bird life. Yeah, it's nice to sit here and watch them. Folks, that's my little tour for now. I may post another episode. There's plenty going on. There's a party on Sunday. Some English people, a Dutch neighbour, relatives are coming for a roast pig and a sing-along, plenty of beer. So that'll be fun. So stick around.